Previously on Rusty Roads.
Trip has been a blast. Yeah, so we got to get up these stairs to get on that bridge, y'all. Hey, yeah. Ooh, they're bringing my bike up. So all of that, we got to walk the bikes across.
I don't know if they went straight or went up that hill.
Alright folks, so I did plug the microphone in after we left the restaurant. However, as you could tell by that very nasty static pop we all just heard, I did not plug the microphone all the way into the receiver.
Pretty cool bike. Thank you. They are pretty cool bikes. Hey, you know what, guys? You know what? I think those are there for a reason.
So at this point we stopped because we noticed that the supers weren't behind us. So we turned around and went back and realized that they had found a really, really cool spot.
Check this out, you guys. Is this beautiful or what?
I think preset is down at 43 or 42.
Hey, what's up, E-Pups? Welcome back. So, picking up where we left off in part 3, at this point, we're leaving this beautiful secluded spot that Phil and Doug found. Unfortunately, the rest of this ride has no sound due to me being a complete noob and forgetting to plug the mic in all the way. However, several of you requested that I still upload the rest of the ride, so we're doing so with some music and voiceovers. On that note, I just want to say thank you all for not only watching, but for caring enough to leave feedback and suggestions. That means so much to me because it not only helps the channel improve, more importantly, it shows me how much you all care. So thanks again so much, guys and gals. Yeah, I highly suggest one of these rear view cameras, guys. They sell out super fast on Amazon, but if you manage to snag one for 50 bucks, I highly recommend it. You can catch a link for these in the description below. So, not only did I fail to plug the mic in securely, I also forgot to put Rusty's shades and cap back on. Thankfully, he's a little trooper and didn't seem bothered, even though he usually doesn't like the wind in his eyes. At this point, we're about 2.5 miles into the ride back to where we parked. It's 13.5 miles each way, so we have approximately 11 miles to go. I stopped here briefly to swap the ND filter I had on my main camera for the factory lens. An ND filter is essentially like sunglasses for your camera. It helps the sky from being overblown on sunny days, and it really helped up to this point. But I figured now was a good time to swap it out since it was starting to get darker. You can see Bomber Marv came back to check on me. I love how this crew always looks out for each other. So not only did I forget to plug the mic in and put Rusty's shades and cap on, I also had a wide open pocket here. I'm really surprised I didn't lose anything on this ride. So here we're on our way back and passing this gross, frozen, scummy pond water from earlier. I don't know if this is just a big puddle or a stream, but it doesn't seem like this water has moved ever, and it's just got a thick layer of gunk on top that's frozen. It's gross. Okay, now we are 3.5 miles into the ride back, 10 miles to go, and at this point I have no concerns, although there is a noticeable dip in power when at full throttle. I'm topping out at about 26 to 27 miles per hour, so about 3 to 4.5 miles per hour slower than with a full battery. All right, 4.5 miles in now, still 9 miles to go, still no concerns, still on pedal assist 9 and still going full throttle. I do pedal a lot out of habit, but when you're in pedal assist 9 on flat ground, that doesn't seem to increase range much, at least not in 32 degrees weather. As you can see here, I'm still hitting 28 miles per hour, which is pretty impressive for an e-bike at this price point. And that's not even counting the fact that we're on a battery that's probably at 25% charge at this point. I know Bomber Marv had no concerns whatsoever at this point, not just because he's the e-bike wizard, but also because he came prepared with 3 batteries. Yes, 3, not 2. Okay folks, so this is where instant range anxiety kicked in. You can see we've just hit 1 bar of battery left, and there's still 7 miles to go. Now, I know you're thinking I should be fine since the first bar lasted 11 miles, but keep in mind that we hit 2 bars of battery only 3 miles ago. We're only 22 total miles into the ride at this point, and I'm in danger of running out of juice. Now, this is not a knock on the bike or the battery, considering the Blue X class was still on 3 bars according to Mike. This is more a knock on myself for staying in full throttle most of the ride, and also I've let this battery get close to dying several times, and I've also completely ran out of juice once before. Now we are at 8.5 miles in, so only 5 miles to go until we get back to our starting point. I've dropped down to pedal assist 8 and I'm cruising at 21 miles per hour. I probably should have slowed down a little bit, but I wanted to keep the pack ahead of me within sight. Now we're cutting back through this super fun detour. I was really happy to get a momentum boost just to get me up the other side with minimal power input. You can see that the crew stopped to wait for me because they knew I was running low on juice. I love these guys. And here you can see Mike confirming he still had 3 bars of battery left. All right, riders, 4 miles to go, and my dumbass is still in pedal assist 8. Thankfully, this was a relatively flat trail, which was definitely working in my favor. Now we've hit the 10.5 mile mark, so only 3 miles more to go. The range anxiety has subsided a bit, but I was still a little concerned. Not so much because I was worried about having to analog pedal, but mostly because I didn't want to run my battery completely dead again. The lesson here is take care of your battery so it takes care of you. AKA, don't be like me. Now we only have 2 miles to go, and yes, I am still in pedal assist 8, but you can see my top speed has dropped to about 19 to 20 miles per hour. A big difference from 24 to 26 miles per hour that you see with a full battery in pedal assist 8. Again, I should have gone to a lower pedal assist level, but I really wanted to keep the taillights ahead of me within view. Here you can see I'm turning the pedal assist off completely, downshifting and pedaling under leg power. I was determined to not completely kill my battery. Those poor cells. And there's Mike on the Blue Axe class, still with plenty of juice and no concerns. All right, y'all, home stretch. Only 1 mile to go. You can see that I'm now in pedal assist 4 and I'm cruising at about 14 miles an hour. Mike also dropped his pedal assist level, which was really nice of him because I know how much he loves to ghost everyone. I'm just going to let the final mile play out without editing any parts out. At this point, feel free to pray for me if you haven't yet. This part here didn't help at all. I thought we were back at our starting point and didn't realize it was actually at the next parking lot. So yeah, a little more wasted juice here. Here Mike's telling me it's the other parking lot. Since this bike is so easy to pedal without power assist, I keep it on 0 and we keep on rolling. Here you can see I was going to stick to the trail, but Mike let me know we had to stay left. The rest of the crew had gone ahead of us, and they actually took the right path. So after we got back to the truck, Mike went back out to find them to show them how to get back to the parking lot. And we made it. I can't believe we freaking made it, you guys. I was so happy I didn't completely drain my battery. I did give myself some bursts of throttle in the final mile, but I did keep the pedal assist at 0, which certainly helped. So this marks the end of this incredible ride along this 170-year-old railroad. I cannot wait to come back in the spring when it's nice out and the flowers are blooming. As always, thank you so much for sticking around to the end and making sure we got back safely. And you know how much I appreciate the feedback, so please keep it coming. I want to make this channel better for you, not for me. Seriously, y'all are the best. Thank you so much for the support, for leaving comments, and for putting up with my channel's growing pains. We will see you on the next one. Peace.